This is going to be a quick video demonstrating my technique for making alcohol out of herbal tea. I got this limited edition apple and pear herbal tea bags. Anyway, first of all, I need to sterilise. This is a sterilising solution made out of sodium metabisulfite. It's a strong solution. I'm just going to put this in a bucket. You can reuse this multiple times, but when you do something like this, be careful not to breathe it in because it's really noxious. Just make sure it covers all the surfaces. There's instructions on the packet of how much to put in. It's really, really disgusting. You don't want to breathe that in, it'll make you feel really ill. Oh, I'm going to smell that now. We don't have drinks. It's not technically necessary to rinse it. It's not technically necessary to rinse it. Put your which is very easy. I'm making 2 gallons, and with a kilogram of sugar, you should get an alcohol of about 10 to 11%. 10%. So, put the 2 bags in, and put the kettle water boiling. This is not interested in watching someone put tea bags in a bucket, is it? 4 regular tea bags. And now boiling water. Add approximately 2 litres of boiling water. I usually do 1 litre of water per kilogram of sugar. It just makes it easier. Oh, I also have some chemicals. This is citric acid and diammonium phosphate, or otherwise known as yeast nutrient. 1 teaspoon of each per gallon of end product. Just dissolve the sugar. It's a bit easier with the other wet rest of the water. Be careful not to crack the tea bags. That's it really. I'm going to top that with some more boiling water. I'll leave it to brew. I'll leave it to cool down until it's cooler than body temperature, and then I'll put it into demi jar. I'll come back to that later. Right, we're back. The tea is now brewed and it's cool, so it's now it doesn't feel warm to the hand, so that means it's below body temperature. So we need to keep the tea bags out of here. I've tried various different methods, but to be honest, I think the easiest way is just to use your hand. I've washed my hands properly. I've not sterilised them, sanitised them, but I've just washed them. And I've never had any problems, but still, clean your fingernails or whatever. And when you pull this out, don't squeeze too hard, just squeeze gently. If you squeeze too hard, you run a risk of you squeeze a tea bag and you get all that kind of coloured liquid coming out, and it's bitty. Well, not bitter so you can taste it, but it's got lots of small bits. of dust and things in it. You don't really want too much of that, because too much of that will affect the clearing of the end product. Right. So that's that done. And I have in the past bothered to rinse these through. I might, but I'm not going to bother doing that. It's too much effort. It's not worth the effort. Quickly rinse my hand. Try and clean up the splashes I've made. No, it's just a matter of putting things in. The damage on mine is slightly different, but these have been rinsed and sanitised. Now I'm going to try and equally put this liquid in there, but they're slightly different, so I'll just have to guess. And this is boring. Also, the funnel was clean from before. That's a pretty good guess. Well, I don't know if you can see, look, I've accidentally damaged one of the tea bags in the bottom, so there's some residue. It's not really a problem, but try not to do too much of it. Now, before we go to the next step, I'm going to fill these up with liquid up to about there, with water, just regular tap water. I might cut this bit out, because it's boring. There's nothing precise about this. It's just that well, just even them up. So there's nothing magical about this level. It's just that when you add the yeast and it starts to ferment in its initial period of fermentation, it can be quite vigorous and it could bubble out of the jar. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of dried active wine yeast to this. Technically speaking, a teaspoon is quite a lot, but it does help to get things off to a raring start. And then put an airlock in. Some water in it. That's it then. You just leave it for several weeks, 6 to 8 weeks possibly. And then here's one I prepared earlier, several weeks earlier in fact. This one's starting to come to the end. You can see it's has a reasonable clarity to it. And here is one. I've done a lot earlier than that. I don't know if you can tell. You can see one of them's clearer than the other. This one's probably ready to drink. The only thing you need to bear in mind when you're drinking it is there's a layer of yeast at the bottom. So when you take this out of here, you want to try and not mix the yeast up or pour it in, because won't taste nice. There we go.